day, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Taz Patron, and this is The Partnership. I am joined by my co-host Fitliwe, and we have a very special guest today, Palesa.
Hi guys.
Welcome, Palesa. And for those who don't know Palesa, can you just give us a bit of a background about yourself?
Okay, so my name is Palesa Ramabolu, and also known as Missy. I am born and bred here in Bloemfontein. I still live here. I work here. I come from one of the small dusty streets of Teflacht, and I work in a school called Muemedi High School. So I'm a teacher. I teach history, I teach English, and I am the founder of Young Driven Ladies. I coordinate, organize, plan events. I'm a speaker. I'm a personal coach. I'm a social behavioral influencer. That's what they called me the other day. So I am for women empowerment.
Oh, that's great. There's a lot of things. That's awesome.
So the conversation we're having with Palesa today revolves around power of association. But we want to start it off with purpose, relationships and friendships. So Palesa, I want to know how your journey to your purpose went by. Like how did you reach the goal that you wanted, where you just wanted to live an intentional life and be purposeful? So how did you get there?
Okay, first of all, I had to find myself. I had to go find who I am, who God says I am. I had to go find what I am good at, what I can do, and all that. So the journey wasn't as playful. It wasn't nice. It wasn't bed of roses. It wasn't a walk in the park. It was a very, very lonely road. It was very sad. It was depressing because in the space of you finding yourself, you get to be rejected a lot. You get to find people that don't understand you while you're trying to understand yourself. So it was very lonely, very, very lonely. I constantly had to stop my car, to ask, and like, what's going on? I had to stop so many times to ask what is going on. And to tell you the truth, it was rewarding. I wouldn't trade it for anything else. I don't think I would have this journey any other way, because I think that's like one of the things I love to do, to escape, to go find that inner voice, to go find that inner me, the new things within before I do them on the outside.
So since you mentioned that it was lonely, so it gives me a sense of you were rejected. And with us going to the power of association conversation, I want to know, like, with the relationships that you have, like your support system, your family, your friendships, like how was the feel? Why, like how is it that it was lonely but you had friends, you had a partner, you had your mother, so it was supposed to be like full of support
yes. First of all, I'm a sibling, and I remember I lost my sister when I was in grade 12, like the end of grade 11 going to grade 12. That is challenging, for a sister to lose her sister. That is, first of all, challenging, because now the one sibling, your only sibling, is no longer there. Then you have two grieving parents, that are going through their own grieving or mourning time. Yes, they are there for you, but they are mourning, and you are aware they are mourning. So they can't be there for you the way you want them to be there for you. Number 3, a partnership, a relationship, a partner that time. Like, he had to teach me so many things about myself, and that wasn't like I was looking to belong. Friendships, I was looking to belong, because it stems from losing a sibling, losing like a sister, a mentor, someone I looked up to, someone I feared, someone who disciplined me, So I would look for her in so many places, in friendships and all these things. Even me being an older sister to the young ones, and still getting rejected by them. Either I was too strict, like my flaws, my toxic traits, I don't know. But I often got rejected, and I think I'm grateful for that. It's a learning experience, and I wouldn't trade it for anything else, because I know it led me to where I am today and to the people that I have today.
So from what you said, we can say that self-introspection led to you finding your purpose.
Yes.
Because when constantly people reject you, then you start looking from within that why is the reason they're rejecting me? Why is it that these people don't love me? And some people, sometimes we tend to say people are wrong people, but I don't think that's the correct term. I think when we are born, you have your own people that God made for you.
Yes.
Like those are your people. So in you finding them, you have to first find the ones that we call wrong.
Yeah.
But it's not necessarily that they're wrong. They're just not your
meant
people.
for you.
Yes. They're just not your people. So we can say that right now you did find your people.
I did, hey, and it makes so much sense. You just said now, after a fallout, after a friendship that ends, you tend to sit down and you say, but they're the ones that are jealous of me, or they're the ones that don't understand me. There's something wrong with them. They can't handle a strong woman. Even when a relationship ends, you're like, no, he can't handle a strong woman. So we tend to look and say, no, it is the other person's fault. But you just said it now that it's never really about the other person being wrong. It is the person not being meant to be in your life at that time, and the right people that are meant to be in your life, that are meant to understand your moods, your flaws, your toxicities, your everything. They are gonna come, but you have to first meet these ones so that you can see yourself, not necessarily see there's something wrong with them, but you need to see your wrongs. You need to
reflection.
You need to reflect yourself through those awful and terrible friendships.
So to you, the power of association, like how does it work for you? We sometimes hear that people say you must associate with yourself with people that are like higher than you, like people that are doing bigger things than you, because it inspires you. And so what is your take on that? Do you also believe that you should be surrounded by those that are a bit higher so they can motivate you and lift you up?
Okay. I believe we need to be, it's three. I think you need to be surrounded by three people. You need to be surrounded by those who are higher, who have achieved more, so that you learn from them, so that you stop and ask questions, or how did you do this? You went through this, how did you overcome it? You need to associate yourself with people that are like-minded, so that you guys sit down to plan the future, and you discuss the now. And you also need to associate yourself with people that are still learning, that need to learn from you, that need to ask you, so how did you do this? You also need to associate yourself with people that are not on your level, for you level in terms of everything, I don't know which level we need to go to, but you need to associate with people that also say that others think, but that's a weird combination, so that you can learn about life, you can learn about God, you can learn about giving, you can learn about wisdom from those situations. So I believe association doesn't necessarily stem from people that are like-minded, because even that, energies, like if I'm strong personality and I believe you're strong in personality, we're gonna clash. And that's what I used to think, that I should associate myself with people that work, with people that have cars, with people that are earning a salary. And I was wrong, because those people, when we are in the same room and we have egos and characters, like we're gonna clash. We're constantly you're gonna remind me that, but I've got Picanto. But I've got a Tez. I've got, I don't want to be reminded of that. I just want to take it easy and just escape. So we need to be associated with everyone that is different, that brings out a different thing inside of you.
I wanna ask, since you've gone through the experiences that you've mentioned, and you've obviously got to know who you are as a person, I just would like to know then, in this current state of time, how are you adjusting accordingly to who you associate yourself with, specifically now, even better that you know who you are, per se?
Okay, I think I am, first of all, I love who I've become. I'm content with who I've become. That I know it is such a pleasure to become myself when around the people I'm associated with. It means they enjoy my company more, they enjoy my presence more, they are more grateful for my influence in their lives. So the person that I've worked hard to become, the person I've worked hard to change to become, equals to the blessing in these associates. They're like, I'm grateful to God that there's someone like you in my life. Meaning the work, the loneliness, everything, the pain I had to go through, I had to get sharpened for the specific paper that I need to write in this person's life.
So the journey to finding yourself placed you in all the necessary places.
Yes, it did. It definitely did. I can't make a specific example, but I know for sure the Missy ex-boss lady. I had to be disappointed by other events organizers. I had to be like, someone had to look down on me and say, oh, but your ideas are a bit overboard, so that I work on my ideas and then get to a point where I bump into boss lady and we make beautiful, like plans regarding events. Even with young driven ladies, there were plenty other young driven ladies in the circle, but they're no longer there because they didn't appreciate who I was that time or what young driven ladies was that time. But I had to sit down, introspect, fix what I had to fix so that you guys can come in and make it beautiful through me and I through you guys.
I believe that to me, I'm really interested about how you've been mentioning that you found yourself through the experiences that you've gone through. And like you mentioned earlier that you have, like, you organize events, you also, for like young ladies doing well and stuff like that. So obviously that was key for you to firstly be very strong as a base, as a person.
Yes.
So for you to be able to obviously share certain things with the world out there. So my question is, what other challenges did you go through in order for you to form all these organizations that you have, which are a lot, and I'm sure they test character, like you're saying, organizers sometimes will give you like certain energies and stuff like that. As you've been saying that it's very important for you to have known who you are.
Yes.
How are you incorporating that very core fundamental part into those organizations, which I believe are very important for change?
Okay. To answer the part where you said what are the challenges that I have to go through? First of all, with the person that I am, I've always been the giver. And one of the biggest things in organizing these empowerment events is that there's a lot of financial challenges, meaning you have to give, you have to take out, you have to sacrifice with your money to make this a success. And you have to face the consequences afterwards of being broke after like investing in such an event. But what I've learned is that the gratifying, like the contentness, the gratifying feeling of I changed 2-3 women's lives. I went through this challenge, financial challenge, after investing in this, but it's gratifying looking at the feedback that I'm getting. Number 2, in terms of organizing these events at my workplace, I had to work with my colleagues. They had to see the influence I have, the connections I have with people on the outside, and let me tell you, that wasn't nice. Like they got to see, oh, this one is connected, and it started another form of challenge, where they I don't know, I'm not gonna say jealousy or whatever, but it sparked a very uneasy energy around me at work, and people started looking at me like, this one thinks she knows too much. And to handle that, it was so challenging as to, do I continue with events empowering young girls in my school, or am I going to leave it and just focus on the outside world and leave these kids from my school, not empower them at all? So I had to be tested and think, but do it for them, because you worked hard to get here. You've been rejected so many times, so you know how to deal with rejection. You just need to focus. You just need to do it because you are doing what's right, right? And then the other part, I just forgot the last part where you said, what did you say? You said the challenges, and then?
Yeah, and then I mentioned that how are you incorporating what you've been going through and the importance of having your structure so fundamentally strong into all of these organizations and making it work. It's almost similar to the first one, but I'm just saying, how are you including all these things and being able to manage with all of them, knowing very well, like, you've experienced all these other actions whereby you said your younger siblings didn't even give you the respect that you deserve. So I'm saying, through those experiences, how are you going to these events and sharing these experiences? Because it takes something to speak about it, and it takes a different thing to put action of those people who say, I am experiencing this and this. Let's find a way to, put you in a better space before you even have to get to a position where by now they have to handle the much that you did, if I'm making sense.
Okay. Sometimes I don't speak. Like sometimes I speak on it. Like now this is a platform where I speak about my life and what I went through. Sometimes we would organize an event to express what we've learned through our lives, but we are not going to be the narrators. We are not going to be the ones that are going to speak those stories. We take someone else, for instance. If let's say my journey to finding self-love, I won't interpret it how I want it, but I'll ask someone to come and interpret her life story to the ladies. But obviously it is my plan because I went through that. So I incorporate all my challenges, all the little bits of the things that I went through, even if it means the organizing an event and then I include sisterhood. Me wanting to gain sisterhood from this, me wanting these ladies to gain a sisterhood from an event is because I've let a role of a sister all my life, like 11 years, for the whole entire 11 years. But I would center my event around sisterhood so that they cannot experience what I went through. I don't know if I'm making sense.
Basically, all of your events, each and every event is basically portraying you as a person.
Yes.
To say, oh, that's
yes,
awesome.
it does. It portrays my challenges, my questions, my fears, my doubts. Even like I remember Tissue Talk 2 years ago, Tissue Talk and cocktail events. I was very reluctant with regards to relationships. I was very I feared I had so many fears regarding getting married. I had so many questions with regards to how men treat women. And then you look at last year's Tissue Talk and Cocktails, it was all about the theme was all about selflessness versus selfishness. And last year I was all about the theme of being selfish. So I think all these events are a reflection of what my current thinking of this year, that this year's Tissue Talk and Cocktail is definitely going to be a different story altogether. It's not going to be around the selfishness versus selfness. It's going to be now about reflecting my fear that I've let go of, and it's going to reflect my need or my outlook on love. Meaning I'm giving love another chance. I'm being very sentimental to the idea of love. I'm being more understanding to the idea of love. Meaning I'm going to influence those ladies to not think love as a curse, to not think of relationship as not worth it. Instead, I want to influence them to say there is love. But if you fix yourself first, there is love. Yes.
Okay, I fully understand.
All right, so I want to know, I now was on the part of love, but I wanted you to answer the question of balance. You're a mother, you're a daughter, you're a partner, you're a sister, you're a friend, you're a teacher, you're an entrepreneur, you're many other things. And how do you find balance? Because they all need you to be there, and you also need to be very, to give yourself time to exercise, self-care, and all of that. So how do you find the balance?
It's very difficult to find balance, but that's why I say you constantly have to stop and reflect and just ask, are you okay? Are you happy? Did you sleep well? Are you eating? Like I stop so many times to ask, are you okay? I need to bail out on any of those. I am trying to be there for everyone, but let me tell you, that is the most difficult thing, to be there for everyone. I'm the only kid to my parents, and they're old, and I'm like I'm the one.
Everything.
I'm their everything. Same time, I'm my son's everything. I am my partner's everything when he's here. I am those kids, 5 classes, everything with regards to English and history. So it gets too much because there's a lot of you that needs to be shared. Meaning you need to pour yourself out every day.
You can't pour from an empty cup.
You can't pour from an empty cup. But let me tell you, my prayer life, I make sure that I feed myself. I feed myself in the morning before I go to bed, because I know that's where my balance comes from. The other balance is, are you well? Because I know that the pressure, I used to struggle with headaches a lot. So if you don't exercise, if you don't eat right, you're not going to live well. You're going to feel the pressure that you are busy pouring out.
Giving.
Yeah, giving, like you're gonna feel it. So if you don't live well, if you don't stop to drink water, if you don't stop to just say, okay, let me relax. If you don't stop to nap for 30 minutes, trust me, you're not gonna find the balance. If you don't stop before you're gonna sleep and just light your candles and pray, meditate and pray, you're not gonna survive the following day or even that night.
I want to add on to her question. Mine is, I would say it's also about balance, but I would like to look at it in a different sense, whereby I like that you mentioned the praying and obviously self-care and stuff like that. But I want to go deeper into self-care because I personally believe that it helps a lot in terms of balance, whereby for a person who's so busy like you are and has so many people depending on you, like what do you do besides obviously finding the balance with prayer and other things? Is there anything outside of that helps for you, just like, let me just spoil myself, something like that? What do you do? Because I think that is very important for us to also understand as a person who's doing so many things.
Believe me, you need to release. I don't know if this is appropriate, but you need to have a lot of sex. If you can, to release. Otherwise, you're not gonna cope. Tension, blood clots. You can't. So I spend time a lot with my partner to just, to just let sleep. I escape. I will either lie and say, I'm going to work. I'm going to go to work for 4 hours so that I escape the pressure of being there for my parents. Because if I'm going to say, I just want to go to town, they're going to expect me to come back. So I say, I'm going to work. That 4 hours escape, trust me, I slept, I did this. We did everything that we wanted. Me coming out of that 4 hours, believe me, I'm rejuvenated. Number 2, I spoil myself a lot. Whether I buy myself a magazine, t-shirt, lip balm, I feel good after that. Number 3, I take myself out, have coffee alone. I take those long drives to go buy water and ice cream and come back home. Those long drives listening to music, I come back home, I'm rejuvenated. But the first part, you need to blow off steam. You need to get the blood running. Otherwise, let me tell you, you're not going to cope. The pressure is not nice.
You left one.
Okay.
As someone that follows you, I know that you journal a lot. But only lately.
Gosh, yeah. I love to journal so much. I do it like most of the time when schools have closed. That's when I have enough time at home. I'm not going anywhere apart from going to town, all these things. So journaling, very, very important. 3 books. This one is for me listening to others when I am on YouTube or whatever. Number 2, my plans. I journal my plans, and I learned that from you. My prayer journal, where I just write my plans that I know whenever I'm going to go pray. These are my plans to you, God. And then there's this other thick one. The plans for the events, the calculations, logistics, everything. So I write a lot. And that's also very nice. Like, it keeps you like in the spirit of, I can't wait for 2 months to come. It gives you energy, to plan for 2 months ahead. You reflect back and look at, okay, how are my finances doing? I'm praying for this. Writing also helps a lot. It helps a lot.
I would like to know how is your support system like? Because as a person who does so many things, I feel like that's very important, and because you are a support system to other people.
Yes.
So how's your support system like?
My support system is so good. I don't want to lie. I'm backed by very powerful people, very wise people. I used to think I'm the only one that's wise, and I'm glad I'm no longer in association with people that I have to pour out my wisdom. I know I can speak to Fihliwe on WhatsApp via voice notes, and they are as long as 10 minutes each. And I know I'm going to learn so much. I'm going to offload. She's going to comfort me. She's going to bear hand. Distant friends, I am constantly getting so much support, motivation, wisdom from my distant friends, communication with people that are far from me, that I look up to. And then my partner is very supportive. Like he's the opposite of me. He's not the philosopher that will tell you, Shakespeare says. It's not that. You will tell him, this is what's happening, and he's gonna tell you one, two, three things that are not philosophical, that are not biblical, that are nothing. Akarafela, type of like this thing, you need to go through this. That's not what you want to hear if you tell others that,
Yeah.
if you're used to that, you don't want to hear that. You also want to hear someone quoting, I don't know who, quote Karl Marx and but he doesn't even quote anybody, but he'll tell me that, like last week, I remember I was under pressure with being the only kid. I was under pressure. I don't even know if that even makes sense. And you know what he said to me is like, you know what, your parents are a blessing to me because my parents are far. And believe me, there are plenty other kids that would kill to be in your position because they are losing their parents. So you must cry, but you must also wipe your tears and thank God that those two people are still in your life. And that changed the dynamics of my stress. So he's also one of the biggest supports, like the silent support system that I can go back to and I just unwind. Because I don't want to go back home and discuss plans that you should talk about. I just want to go home and just chill on the sofa, or I just want to go home, change, and he says, let's around, and then I'm going to come back healthy and happy, give me the message and fresh. Yeah.
And you don't have to be this Palesa that's strong and a workaholic.
Oh no, I'm anything but when I walk into that door, believe me, everything, the titles, Disalamo, and I just become the girl and the mom and baby Nyana in that
space.
Yeah, in that space.
So how did you conquer your fears? Like, I think so many people are limiting themselves because of their fears. I'm one of them. Starting this has always been what I wanted, but I delayed until now when I realized that I'm getting older and this idea is still here and there's a reason why God placed it in my mind. So how did you end up being like, you know what, fear, I'm letting go of you and I'm taking charge of my life now?
Oh girl, you influenced me to get rid of my fears. The people you associate yourself with are the ones that either are gonna elevate you, gonna push you to be elevated in life, or they are just gonna keep you where you are, or they're just gonna drag you down. So I believe that I conquered my fears the days, like especially with regards to young driven ladies. Young driven ladies reached the heights that it reached through you. Like I was associated to you and you brought all these ideas. You opened my mind to seeing the impossible, to seeing things that I would doubt. So I got to overcome that okay, I didn't know that I can do that, but you made it possible for me to see that I can do that. And then the other people, like friends, also made me believe that you can. Have you heard yourself, Miguel? Have you heard yourself when you speak? Also, you can get on that stage and you can motivate them. You must do these videos. People that just they'll tell you, you must speak more. And then there's this other one. My friend, she's 27 years old. She's an acting principal. You become a principal when you reach 56 years old in South Africa. We all know that. You don't become principal at the age of 20. In your under 30, you don't do that. And she was like, Miguel, listen to me. Have you heard yourself when you speak? Whenever they banter list, the promotional posts, I want you to go and apply for those posts. And you're going to get it. I'm going to show you how to get it. But when just trust the fact that blind. So the people you associate yourself with are the ones that push you to get rid of the fears and you pursue whatever you used to fear in life.
So Palesa, after all these questions, we just want to know what are the future plans? Like, what is the vision from now on?
Okay, the vision is to finally start my own home. To lay the foundation of my own family, my personal family, to get married. If I have another kid, it will be a blessing. Career-wise, I'm working definitely very hard to get a promotion, to change the work environment, to be exposed to another environment, of course. And then with regards to young driven ladies and the events market, 2021. So I need to recuperate as much as I can, to plan as much as I can now until the end of 2020, because it's done. But to plan super big, to get as many sponsors as possible. So this is actually the best time now to start getting my letters out there. So the main thing right now, my main focus honestly is to get married. And I'm not forcing marriage, but it's my prayer point, because I've been neglecting the element of love and relationship and the view of marriage for such a long time. So it is a prayer point. I'm hoping for that to manifest. So it means I'm investing my energy, my meditation, everything on that. But it's not the goal. It's not the main goal. But I would love to establish the foundation, which is to establish my own home, to leave my parents' house, but still be their kid but find my own ground. Yeah.
That's awesome. And I'm sure you are going to achieve all of those things.
Hopefully, yes.
Yes, definitely you will. And moving on now, I'm going to play a little game with you.
Okay.
As just testing your general knowledge. And
sure.
Let's see how you do.
Okay.
It's 7 questions, eh?
Okay.
And since you're a teacher, we understand the standard is a bit high. So we expect something very high. Okay, the first question is, how many countries does South Africa share the border with?
I'm used to teacher. It's Namibia, Zimbabwe, Mozambique, and Botswana. So it's 4. Swaziland and Lesotho. Is it?
Yeah, it is.
It's 6.
So 6.
Yeah.
That's correct. Okay, you got 1 from 1. Which year was Nelson Mandela released from prison?
1989.
Are you sure?
1990. It was announced in 1980. Like, I'm used to teacher. Come on.
Yeah. Okay. Correct.
Yeah.
Okay, you're one of the first few to be getting these like this well.
Yeah.
But anyway, what are the 2 major ethnic groups in SA?
Zulu. Right?
Yeah, that's correct.
It's Zulu and what's the other one? Sotho. It's Zulu. It's Nguni. Ethnic groups.
Ethnic groups, yeah.
Like Nguni. No,
Yeah.
that is a tribe. The tribe.
You can call it tribe, yeah.
Yeah, it's Nguni and Sotho, because we've got northern and southern Sotho. Am I wrong?
You're correct with Zulu.
Oh, but Zulu falls under Nguni.
Yeah.
Okay, yes.
The second one?
Sotho.
No, it's Xhosa.
It's Xhosa.
I didn't want to go there. I didn't want to blow your heart. It's not even about Sotho, I swear. I didn't want to blow your heart. I know she'd be so happy.
Exactly.
Zulu, Xhosa.
I know. Okay. Well, okay, you have 2 out of 3 basically so far, and
Okay.
you left with 4 questions.
Give
Okay.
it.
The next one is, who performed the first heart transplant in South Africa?
Chris Barnard.
Okay, that was a given anyway. But well done, that's correct. Your next question is, when was the movie Tsotsi released?
2010.
2010.
But
During the World Cup. Are you very sure?
Yes.
Let me give you another.
No, my
another
sister was
shot.
still alive. My sister
Yeah.
was still alive.
Let me give you another shot.
No. My sister was still alive. And it was such a big thing. 2006. Okay. 2008. I told her she passed away. No, 2 years ago. 2006.
Incorrect. Close enough. It's 205.
205?
Yeah.
Yes, okay. Yeah, but it's not
you were
bad.
close enough. You were close enough. And what is the biggest province in South Africa?
Northern Cape.
Okay, correct. Whoa. How many has she got wrong? 2.
2.
2. Okay, you're doing very well. Okay, name any one of the 2 richest people in South Africa. Name any one of the 2 richest people in South Africa.
I was gonna go Motsepe.
Oh wow, you guys are
The richest. Moe.
No.
Motsepe.
I'll give you like 3 opportunities. Motsepe, incorrect.
What? Patong.
They white people.
What? Saul Kesna.
No, last opportunity.
Bezos. No, just Bezos Kintoms. He's the judge. No? Guys.
They own most of like a lot of corporate stores. They almost own everything.
I don't even know because I'm all about black white. I don't know that, but I just know that white people are. Kibonam was the capitalist monopoly. I don't follow that.
I understand. One of them is Johann Rupert.
Guy.
Yeah.
Who's that?
Oppenheimer.
What's his?
Oppenheimer.
And that's the other guy.
Oh,
yeah.
Oppenheimer. Oh.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Something like
But
that.
I didn't know that.
Really?
Now you know.
Okay, now you know. Anyway.
Are they Jewish?
Okay, well, anyway, you got how many?
3. 4 correct.
Yeah, I got 4. 4 out of 3.
Hit 3 happy.
Which-
These are very nice.
Oh, 4 out of 7. Sorry.
4 out of 7.
Yeah, it's actually the joint highest right now.
Oh,
So hold on.
Ask me one last question.
One.
They are very nice.
What does BMW stand for?
Be my wife. Like in another wife and the marriage. Be my wife, baby making weather. I don't know. Like, ask me about Mercedes, the history of Mercedes Benz in Germany, the Berlin Wall. Ask me about that. I'm very intelligent. Hey,
Really?
intelligent. Hey.
Oh, well done, but that's very incorrect.
What does that mean?
It's Beren Motor Works.
Behavior.
Yeah, obviously I won't be able to pronounce it, but Be My Wife is not even close. But
Now we are aspiring to be.
you're inspiring to be. Fair enough. Fair enough. Anyway, we really enjoyed having you here, and
so nice.
like you're really a great person. You've achieved so much already, and there's still a lot of things that you're gonna achieve.
Yes,
and,
correct.
And I really respect how you're a pillar for so many people, and I hope you continue doing that. And I hope like the Lord blesses you with more and more and more and more, and it's only upwards from here for you, and I'm sure of that, definitely.
Thank you so much.
And do you have any words for it?
Nate, thank you so much. I don't have anything to say. Thank you a lot, Palesa, for being here, for bringing your son with.
Sure.
Thank you. Really
The
appreciate
Gemini.
it. The Gemini.
Thank you so much, guys. Like, this was an incredible show. I really hope that this is gonna grow from here. It's gonna grow into its own personal studios. But it was such a great platform, to speak and to look at one's lives. And at the same time, you guys are doing it. Like, it's incredible. The partnership, we are taking it to another level.
Yeah, that's the only way. And everyone, I hope you guys enjoyed today's episode, and we'll be having another episode for you very soon. And you guys can comment, subscribe, and like, and also feel free to suggest any topics that we can speak about anytime soon for the further episodes that are to come. And don't forget, obviously, to subscribe again, and do look out for Palesa on social media handles. Where can people find you?
Yeah, it's Palesa Ramabolu on both Instagram and Facebook and Twitter. Yeah, and then we also can follow Young Driven Ladies on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook.
Okay, great. And I am Tabs Patron, and I'm your host, and I'm joined by Fishiwe, and this was the
Partnership.